Genshin Impact. It's a beautiful game. It soothes the soul. Do you hear the soundtrack? Don't interrupt me, bro. Are you done? Are you done? Appreciate you. It soothes the soul. Look at this beautiful man's face. He's just smiling. He's just having fun. Look at the blossoms just around him. It's a beautiful game. Don't get me wrong. I've always praised the fuck out of this game. But my problem with this game is when they ask for feedback, but they never use it. Do you see what's wrong on this map? You see anything wrong on this map aside from me not going to these places and claiming whatever the fuck I gotta claim? Do you see anything wrong with this map? Let me give you a hint. It's been 2 years. Resin is still capped at 160. Why is that? It's still capped at 160. But you're gonna ask me, well, why is your resin capped? How about you sit your ass? It's for the sake of the video. It's definitely not because I just logged in to make this video right now, but it's still capped at 160. Now, my problem with it is that we all asked for more resin, even after it was put on 160. So if you're asking for feedback, why aren't you taking it? And if anything, if you're asking for feedback, why are you implementing it into one of your future games? Yes, I am talking about Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail has done everything we wanted Genshin Impact to do. Increase the cap of the resin. And Honkai Star Rail is called fuel. The fuel in Honkai Star Rail started off at 180. And then it got increased to 240 when we asked for them to. Not only that, we also got overcapped resin. If you had 240 resin or fuel, I'm sorry, in Honkai Star Rail, what would happen is every 10 minutes you would generate one single capped resin onto a different section. That would cap at 2,400 resin, which is fucking insane to think about. Because if they did this in Genshin Impact, oh, my playtime would be like fucking 5 hours, bro. Just grinding, straight up. No joke. No joke. So it kind of makes me sad that it's like, yo, you're going to ask for feedback, but then you're not going to use it. What is that about? You're just going to use it on this game? And I'm not saying, like, oh, this game is ass because of that shit. No, it's not bad. Genshin Impact is still a really good game. Their combat system is still really good. You feel me? And that's the problem. The combat system is really good, but you don't spend a lot of time doing it because, again, they say this game is a story-driven game. But then again, what the fuck is Honkai Star Rail? Honkai Star Rail is a story-driven game. It has good endgame, good combat. You feel me? It has no overcapped resin. You feel me? And I'm not saying like no overcapped and like, holy shit, it's 240 out of like what? Infinite? No, I'm saying like you can literally get away with letting your resin cap, because if you do, you can get to 2,400 resin. You can just let it cap at 2,400, which is insane. If this is a story-driven game, what is Honkai Star Rail? What is it? Because they have everything we've asked for in this game specifically. We want endgame, we want good combat, good visuals, don't get it twisted. We want the resin to be capped at a higher number. But they're not going to do that for Genshin Impact because they already moved on. They've been moved on. Before Genshin Impact was even finished as a game, I'm pretty sure, they moved on to Honkai Star Rail. But not only that, since the Zone Zero was also being made, you feel me? So my whole problem with Genshin Impact is that they move on way too quick. Not Genshin Impact, I'm sorry, Hoyoverse. They move on way too quick. And now another problem that we've had as well is condensed resin. Condensed resin has always been capped at 4. Thankfully, they increased the cap to a certain number. You want to take a guess? It's actually incredible how far they increased it. So they increased the cap from 4 to 5. And you saw what I just did there. That should tell you, oh shit, we still don't have enough resin to even craft 5 at a time. I know this topic of like bashing Genshin Impact for certain things has already dried out, but I still want to talk about it because, you know, I still don't like the fact that they're doing this shit. And it's been a bit since I complained about a game. So why not come back to Genshin Impact, have some fun, then realize why I left in the first place and complain about it. So we don't even have enough to craft the 5 condensed resin, which is what it's capped at. And people have been like, yo, can you just uncap this? Make it like 10 at least? I have all this like moon resin shit. What am I supposed to do, bro? I just want to use it all at a time. And that would unfortunately make sense. I have 10 fragile resin, right? So that would equal to like what, 600 resin in total? So you know how much condensed resin I would be able to do with that or make with that? Do the math yourself. I'm not doing that because I'm here to complain, not educate you, right? And unfortunately, the game hasn't always had 160 resin. And that's the problem. It got increased to 160 because it used to be, I'm pretty sure, at like 120 or 140 resin, and then it got increased to 160. How is that an even better increase? I have no clue. Oh, you're able to do one more domain? I'm proud of you. And my whole thing is that if this was a story-driven game, or if they wanted us to explore the world even more and just have fun looking at the visuals and shit, what they could have done is something they are already doing, but they could expand upon it. The ley lines outcrop, the ley line outcrop, whatever, right? You have to use like 30 resin to claim the rewards after you defeat certain enemies, right? For some reason, I think it would be best if they would place more of those, but some of them would be limited time challenges. I'm just giving ideas. I'm just spitballing due to the fact that they're obviously not going to do any of this shit. They already moved on to the next game. But it would be cool if we had limited time events with ley lines where it's like, holy shit, there's this huge boss that somehow got out of their domain and then now over here, like, you know, those huge whopper flowers, you know, they somehow just teleported up on the world and now we have to defeat it. If you defeat it, you can get the rewards and shit like that, but you had to use 30 resin. Oh, this boss is super powerful. It has a modifier where you can deal damage to it with spears or books. Oh, it doesn't take damage from animal. You feel me? They could have been creative. This boss drains your life if you don't kill it fast enough. This boss makes you weaker. It makes you deal less damage if you don't kill it fast enough. You feel me? They could have done things to make the world more interesting instead of just being a walking simulator and a staring at beautiful shit simulator, which I have no problem with. Obviously, it's an open world. You got to take your time to just take in the visuals, see how beautiful the world is, explore, open some chests. I understand that. But at the same time, they could have expanded upon the fact that, oh shit, maybe if we uncap the resin and then we, you know, make some more ley lines, limited time ley lines, you know, some would drop crazy amount of loots. Oh, this one is like, the loot over here is doubled or tripled because of the difficulty. So that's my problem. This game is a really good game. What's unfortunate is that they are not expanding on it anymore. It's been 2 years. Hopefully Natlin comes out with super crazy things, right? Because I keep hearing in my dreams that we're gonna be able to finally have a mount after 2 fucking years. Now again, I'm just complaining because, well, I realized, oh shit, this is why I left the game in the first place. Fontaine, I have a problem with Fontaine. I like the mechanic of going underwater. What I don't like about Fontaine is the fact that we can't fight underwater with our own abilities. We have to use some bullshit abilities from underwater, from these random squids, crabs, whatever. And those abilities deal fuck all damage. If you're fighting a boss, they deal fuck all damage, you know? And it's kind of sad because it's like, yo, underwater combat could have been so much better. But Fontaine took that dream away and everything just sucks. Fontaine underwater combat fucking sucks. It's just bad. That's just my opinion though. You could like it for some reason. I don't know why you would like it, but you could like it. I have nothing against you if you do. But is one of the most annoying things to deal with because it deals no damage. You feel me? Again, the visuals underwater are beautiful. Everything is just beautiful. Everything looks incredible. But why is the combat so ass? I just need to know that. You know, just give me a reason as to why it's so bad. Now, I haven't fully explored Fontaine because most of everything is pretty much underwater due to the fact that that's literally what this region is. It's just the region of water. So you have to be underwater 90% of the fucking time. So, you know, I haven't really fully explored it just because the combat is keeping me away from underwater. So I'd rather just explore the overworld instead of the underworld or the underwater world. You feel me? So that's my other problem with this game, right? And this region is huge. It's beautiful, bro. It has like really good visuals at times. But it just, I don't know, man. The gameplay underwater is just not for me, right? It could be for other people. I'm not saying it couldn't be for you. It could definitely be for you if you want to just go streaming and see how beautiful everything looks. But that's the problem. Why is this game still like this? You know, I know they said it's a story-driven game, but what do you think Honkai Star Rail is? Honkai Star Rail is a story-driven game still. They have beautiful combat, beautiful visuals. They have good endgame, at least. You know, they have endgame. It's not just, you know, Memory of Chaos, which is the equivalent to Spiral Abyss here. They have more than that, and they keep adding segments. You feel me? So they are at least understanding, okay, we need something that they can do. We need something else for them to do, you know? Oh, let's expand on Memory of Chaos. Let's just throw this little sections here that we're gonna update every single, you know, every single drop. This one's gonna update every 30 days, every 40 days or something like that. You feel me? They at least are aware, okay, we always want them to do something in our game. Unfortunately, they already understand that, but they forgot about Genshin Impact. We gave all of that feedback in Genshin Impact. I never said shit in Honkai Star Rail. I didn't have to, because they already knew what we wanted. You know? But now we have none of that in Genshin Impact, which is the #1 game that everybody wanted to actually see taking over and shit. Anyways, that's about it, bro. I just wish this game was better. I'm not saying the game is bad, do not get me wrong. The game is actually really good. The game is not bad. The game is good. I just wish they would expand upon it. That's it. And now I am reminded of the fact of why I quit the game in the first place. They would not expand upon the game because it's a story-driven game. Once more, if Genshin Impact is a story-driven game, what the fuck is Honkai Star Rail then?